Hello and welcome to Survive the Unexpected with your host Frank Pacino, and of course I am joined by my lovely co-hosts Amanda Bryan, Michael Schaefer, and James Hansen, and we're here to talk about Survivor 45, Episode 3. I'm just gonna say this right now: I'm generally loving the 45-minute episodes. I'm really enjoying this season so far. I feel like it started out rough with the the premiere episode, but since then it has gotten very good. We got a very fun tribal tonight, but what do you guys think about the episode?
Anyone want to start? I guess I'll go first.
Mhm.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So I thought each episode has gotten better so far. I thought the first episode we could all agree was kind of a dud, and then the second one was a good bit better, and this one I think we actually finally got what we could say was like an action packed episode. I mean, we got a good tribal council. We got an interesting vote. We didn't really know who was going home. We didn't know what Caleb was who Caleb was actually going to vote for. Was Caleb going to vote for Emily and send himself home? I thought that was a possibility at some point. And uh, I mean, the editing this episode was fantastic. Like we saw the dynamics on all three of the tribes really, and we haven't seen that in the pre-merge with this new format where there's always three tribes. There's kind of been one tribe not getting a lot of the screen time in the 60-minute episodes, but I think the 90-minute episodes have allowed there to be more. And like even with the freaking reward challenge in there, like that was shown, it didn't waste too much time. Like we still got to see what was going on at every single beach, like every single camp, and we really know the dynamics going into this swap, like who we really think was with who, even if two of the tribes haven't gone to tribal council. So overall, very strong episode again.
I enjoyed it too. I thought it was really like you said, the timing was very good. The editing has been very good. It just proves that we have needed 90-minute episodes for a long time. We would we have enjoyed other seasons more if we got to see more dynamics and more things that have happened on other tribes. I really hated this cast whenever it first started. They're starting to warm up to me now. I think that Sabaya going home was a real loss to the show. I don't know necessarily she was, I think she was a decent player, and she just didn't play her idol, unfortunately. But um, I think that losing her, I would have rather seen half of the other people go personally. I'm not sold on this cast like I was with like 42 or 44. Um, it still feels very mid to me. Now I like the season so far and how, like I said, the editing, we're seeing the parts of Survivor we like. The competitions have been really good. Um, and the advantages are interesting. I kind of think that giving someone a vote um, when they don't have a vote is very redundant. I don't know. I just think it's a pointless advantage. I don't care for this advantage in the game. Um, but other than that, I think that they're doing a great storytelling, and that's what I like to see in Survivor, and so I am enjoying it. It just doesn't have me hooked like other seasons have, even in the new era.
It's brought me back to like when I was watching Survivor, like when I was in middle school, high school. Like it just has that like old, not old, but like I'm watching like the old days. I said old again anyway. Oh well. But it seems it just feels like a breath of fresh air to me. And like the episodes have gotten much better as it's kept going. I To me the episode really did a good fake out. At least to me, I did not expect the Lulu to lose again, especially after they had that big reward challenge win. They're like, oh, and then they just go fall flat on their face again. But overall, I like the pace of the episode. Even with, like, I think if James said, even with the reward challenge in there, you still saw enough of everyone in each tribe, and it's setting a nice tone for how the rest of the season is going to go.
Yeah, so I agree. I think seeing a lot of camp life, seeing a lot of tribe dynamics, which is like things that we wanted to see. I was really worried we are gonna get a bunch of like more backstories or challenges and things of the sort like take up 30 minutes of my screen time. And the tribals have felt better too, like overall, like with Jeff. It felt like it's been better overall, but that's just my perspective of it. But and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say it right here, right now. I feel like Emily's gonna win the season. I feel like they're
And that's
setting
when I
her
stopped
up.
watching Survivor.
I'm telling you right now. They're setting her up. For one, she talked in the Matt chat. It's happened every season in the new era. I'm gonna stick with it. And on top of that, they focus when Lulu lost. They didn't focus on the other tribes winning. They focused on them losing. They focused on their perspective, not the other tribes that were winning. They're telling Emily and Caleb's story. They're not telling other people's story, and I feel like
Michael.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what I'll do if she ends up winning this season.
they were the only tribe that went to tribal, though, so there really is only so much to show, even with the 90 minutes for the other tribes' people so far. I don't agree with the Emily
Erica
winning
didn't get
thing.
this edit.
I think
Erica's
she's going to
tribe
go
won.
very far, but I think more of the new school winners, besides the Jam, he was more of a exception. The other three were more in the shadows at this point in the game. I think that the winner is somebody that probably we haven't really seen emerge yet, is probably what's going to happen. But I do think Emily's going to be around for a long time, and she's going to hog the screen as long as she's in the game. I mean, there's a lot there, so whether you like her or not, she's going to be on the screen.
I like her
And
a lot.
I'm not rooting for her to win, but I don't mind her as a player and as a character. I think she's good for sure.
I feel like she'd be such a fun winner. Such a crazy outcome. Like almost first boot to winning the game is just gonna be like I'm telling you right now, like that's my prediction moving forward. And she's on my fantasy team, so I feel validated for drafting her.
Well,
Hey,
I think
you can have her.
we're just kind of jumping early. Like I think Sabaya also, she had a lot of potential, but you can't be thinking endgame at Final 16.
No.
She was targeting Caleb, saying he's not somebody I can beat at the end of the game. That's what she's telling Sean. It's like you don't need to be thinking about that right now. You need to be thinking about how I get majority on this small ass tribe. Like it, to me, there was flaws in her game, which was why she got the boot right there. And I was worried for Caleb because while I think Sabaya is a loss to the show going forward, I think he would have been an even bigger loss if he had went there. What do you guys think?
I kind of agree. I think so. I think Sabaya is fine. Like she was fine for me. Like I didn't love her. Like I know you guys were higher on her than
I was higher on
myself.
her going in, and then this episode really showed why she went home. I
Mhm.
really see it. Like I saw the potential in
It
her
showed
game,
that she
but
screwed herself.
yeah, she screwed
Yeah.
herself over, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, it was fine. Like, but we got to see an awesome blindside. And I don't know if you guys watched her exit interview. She gave a lot of credit to Emily. So apparently, she gave. You know how Emily gave out her shot in the dark to her first vote for
Yeah.
Brandon. She did the same thing and said, "Look, this is me. I'm telling you, I'm voting with you." And she gave her a shot in the dark again to make her feel even more comfortable going into that tribal.
Oh.
So, which I don't understand why we didn't see that. Maybe because they didn't want to spoil where it was going to
Maybe they didn't-
happen.
Well, and they
You
already
might see
showed
it at
it
the start of
once.
the next episode.
Yeah, which would be
Yeah,
cool.
too.
I think I was like, dude, why didn't we see that? That's such a boss move to do, like to pull that off. And she got it back. So, yeah, like when we got Sambaya going to tribal, putting the candle right there in fire.
That was wild. Like
Wild.
Yeah. That was wild. And she just sat there so calm, like, what else am I supposed to do?
I thought it wasn't gonna work for a second. Like she wasn't gonna have enough time to get.
I didn't
That's what I
think
was
that
thinking
Jeff
too.
would let her do it. I didn't think Jeff would let her do it, and then he did, and I was like, okay, I guess this is
Oh, I
allowed.
figured he would just because it's good TV.
Right. Why wouldn't he?
And
See,
he
I
also
didn't
knew
think
she still wouldn't have a vote.
because he's pretty strict on rules, and I thought he was going to be like, no,
Is
you
he,
have to
though?
earn a blend.
Well, where in the rules does it say that she couldn't use the fire?
That's true. It doesn't.
Did she also? I think they all knew she was going to do that before Tribal.
Oh yeah, she told them all she was going to do it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like that was a shock to them, but it's
Yeah.
not something we really see at every single tribal council.
Right.
One I do have to mention while we're still on the people from that tribe. I did one thing I really didn't like about Caleb's game is when he went to go barter with the was it the Red Tribe?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he went to go barter with them, he said, "I want to have like one-on-one conversations with all of you. Like, is it okay if you give me time to like?" I think that's a huge red flag for me. You're kind of putting yourself out there too much.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be seen as a big target sooner rather than later. But I don't think that helped. I think he should have tried a little more of a laid back approach there rather than saying in front of everybody, I want to have one-on-one conversations with all of you. I think that's
that was not a good move.
Yeah.
No.
So like, what'd you think of Drew just kind of opening up and was like, hey, just so you know, I have the safety without power, right? To Caleb.
I mean, he is really like he's not afraid to tell anybody that. He wants everybody to know. But
yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
don't know,
just
man.
a safety without
It
power.
just depends on how you work it, because you can be bold with that kind of stuff. Yeah, you can be bold with that kind of stuff, but if you feel too confident, that's when they're going to backstab you. You know, like they can still make you go home without playing it.
Nicole says, "What's up?"
Who does?
Nicole. But no, so I didn't mind the advantage he got because he did gain maybe some loyalty with Austin and Drew.
That was
going
such an
forward.
org advantage too to give away.
It was. It was. Here's your vote back. I think he used it properly for sure. He just asked people like, hey, do you know who doesn't have their vote? And since Drew was pretty open and honest, he said, here, I'm sure you have information, so take it. And honestly, I think it was a fine advantage. Like, it doesn't do much, so it's not like it's overpowered. I'm okay with it being in the game. Are you guys surprised that we haven't got another little Shipwheel Island segment yet?
I think we'll get one now that we're getting the swap that I.
Oh yeah.
begged
Speak
for.
of that, we're getting a tribe swap.
Finally.
I wish it was going to 2 tribes, but I guess we'll take what we can get.
Take what you can get.
Right.
That's
yeah,
right.
Looks like we're
yeah,
getting
they've already
3.
spoiled it on Facebook, correct? From what I've heard.
I don't know the exact
previews
tribes.
they had have it.
So they
So
have
your
like
fantasy survivor will spoil it. If you do your fantasy survivor, it's already broken up on there, so be careful if you don't want to be spoiled.
I don't want to fully know. I know just based
I don't
off
either.
The
I don't want to know at all.
Off the previews, you can see a few people with the same buffs, like talking in confessionals. You could piece it together by that. So I think I know 2 people that I heard were definitely on the same tribe, and that info stuck with me. But besides that, I'm like you. I don't really want to know until I watch the episode. But I'm so happy we're getting a swap, especially since it looked like I think Lulu might have just lost every challenge if they had kept going.
Yeah.
It wasn't Brandon.
He was a big reason, but it wasn't just him.
I mean, they lost without him.
Look, I don't blame him for voting Brandon out.
Oh no, I'm not saying they should have kept Brandon, but it's just
definitely not.
funny that I thought once Brandon was out, like, oh, now they're gonna win. They won the reward challenge, but once it came to immunity, they weren't even fucking close.
McCall says it's a very hyper-specific advantage, but one that could gain a lot of leverage, especially for Caleb. I'm wondering, though, what are your thoughts on the new idol format of sacrificing your vote for the idol for a pre-merge sacrifice, another for the entire game?
They're definitely making it more dangerous to hold an idol.
And
Yes.
I like how they're doing
should.
it like that. I think it's cool because
I think it's pretty cool too.
I agree.
They should.
like
I think it should be difficult to get an idol. You shouldn't just have one at camp hanging in midair, or just find one literally in right
To be
in front
fair,
of
it's a
you.
pain in the ass to find that. It was a pain in the ass to find that idol. With a
Yeah.
couple
yeah,
tries,
it wasn't easy to. They didn't
No.
make him easy to find this season.
It wasn't like
fair.
Ben where they
No.
put an idol right next to where he sleeps.
But
Exactly. I hate that.
I like how the idol has something to it, kind of without really like screwing with somebody's game so much, but just by holding on to it, you like it can gain more power. So
Mhm.
I think that
Yeah.
is interesting.
And it definitely skirts Sabaya
Yeah.
It definitely did.
because she went up there thinking she'd have her vote, and then she opened it up like, "Oh, you need to sacrifice your vote. This idol's only good for tonight."
Yeah.
Which is
How
rough.
how ballsy would it have been if she had voted and played that idol for herself that night? Like, well, I need to vote tonight, and Caleb would have went home.
So I think the new idol format's not bad.
I like it.
It's a risk and reward game. We don't see no stupid phrase, no let me get the beads. And I do like how every idol's different for the task. Like the Lulu's tribe was totally different from the Red tribe's task, which I appreciate.
Yeah, and I do like one more thing about like the idol holding power type of thing. I like how it's kind of more in your own hands. Like if I feel safe and don't need my vote and want my idol to get more power, I can do that here. But if I really feel like I'm in trouble, I can have my vote and have the idol that night. Like it's not like Survivor 42 where you have Mike go into all these tribals in the pre-merge waiting on somebody on the other tribe to say a phrase.
Right.
Like that
Right.
was
Yeah,
was too
that was
much
so
for me.
dumb.
It was so dumb. At least this gives it. I know like not having your vote is terrible, but at least it gives you somewhat you control over the situation really, like instead
Correct.
of that where you have to rely on somebody else to say this stupid phrase. Like
Right. And think
I
about
just
it like
don't know.
so just for example, somebody survives this round and goes into a tribe swap. Now it's good into merge. If she goes down to a tribe swap and she's down in numbers, now she can use that idol to help sway the situation. And if Austin goes to tribal, is he able to give up his vote if he doesn't have the numbers? Maybe not. So he has to use the idol. So it's a risk reward game.
Yeah,
It's not only for the
interesting.
person who holds the idol, but it's also the person who you're allied with as well. So it's a definitely different dynamic to the game, which I don't mind at all. It doesn't like change the idols too much for me. It adds a different layer to it.
It makes
And
you have to think more.
Right. And it doesn't add 20 idols. So like I feel like they're gonna add the 3 idols and maybe a merge one and it could be it.
Yeah.
yeah, and the only thing is though, like with this, you're kind of almost if you have trusted enough allies, you might be better off telling them because if you don't, you're sitting there like they're relying on your vote potentially here at a swap vote or a merge vote, and you're sitting there not being able to vote because you want your idol to be good a little bit longer. Like it might be hard if you don't tell somebody. So that's the
Yeah.
one thing about like this way, like it's hard to keep to yourself really. So I guess the people who are finding them, it actually might benefit you to tell a few people. Whereas I don't always think that's the best idea, but
Well, remember what is it? War 2 with the idol they had, you had to split it in half and you had to give it to somebody, which
Mhm.
was so dumb. But
Right, because
they're making it more likely. They're making it harder for you to have to keep it a secret.
Which does take away a little bit of the fun element of the idol.
Mhm.
Oh, but excuse me. Think about the possibility though of the vote that could have been a 1-1-1 vote if Caleb didn't believe Emily,
That would have been crazy.
oh my god.
And then Sean would have been the only one voting.
and then bye
Yeah.
Caleb.
Yeah. Caleb
Yep.
almost he would have
You know-
had one of the all time just tough ways to go out.
It's funny that I mentioned Winners at War before. You know what? That reminded me a lot of Jeremy on the night that Tony was trying to get Sophie voted out in Winners at War, where Tony's like, "Dude, you got to vote with me or you're going home." And he's like, "I don't know if I fully believe that. I think I'm going to keep my vote." And if Jeremy hadn't voted with him, he would have went home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And it was the same thing with Caleb this time. Caleb had to go with Emily, or he would have went home.
Right.
It's crazy. Emily ended up running that tribe.
Literally.
I think it's kind of cool to see that scene they put in of Caleb talking to Emily really came to the path right here. Like
Yeah.
it really showed that scene mattered a lot.
Mhm. I still wasn't sure what he was gonna do, but
me neither.
I honestly thought he was going to keep his vote on her.
Yeah. So and there was a secret scene where he did talk to her about when she confronted somebody about the vote. It's like, look, don't do that. Let's chill it out, relax, like tone it down. I really do think that he is really coaching her like a lot with what he's doing, and Caleb's a very impressive player, and I think Emily is
Definitely.
pretty smart. She just didn't understand. She didn't have the right people skills to start out. And with Caleb's giving her all these people skills, like I'm telling you, she's gonna win the game, and Michael's gonna hate it.
she's not gonna win the game. She's
She's
gonna
not
go
gonna
very
win.
far. She's not gonna win. I'm not saying zero. I'm not giving her the Gabler 0% chance where I had to.
I'll give it the 0%.
I had to eat.
No one that
I-
awful can win.
I had to-
I have to take that back.
Eat my words that
You are a
season
survivor?
because I gave Gabler a 0% chance after one
Oh.
episode.
Oh, me too. We all
So right.
okay. We
I
all
like
did.
Gabler.
To be fair, he deserved
Yeah.
0% chance. I still don't know why he won.
All right.
Oh,
Back to this though, like while I do want to give Emily a lot of credit, I think she did benefit from. It's like I didn't think Sabaya and Caleb were going to turn on each other that early. Like why did like Sabaya and Caleb could have been strong? Like they got Sean. Sean's basically in Sabaya's pocket. Like he's gonna
I
be
got
his
big
loyal
movitis. That's what
player.
happened.
Like, yeah, and I guess maybe that's what happens when you get down to 4 people. You have to. They're playing like it's the end game, even though
Mhm.
there's 12 other people in this game they haven't
Mhm.
really interacted with yet, but yeah, it's
To-
crazy.
To be fair, the 4
Right.
seasons prior to their season, they never swapped.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair, but you're also getting rid of Caleb, who's probably your best player in challenges. And if you're not swapping, you're just going to go from 3 to 2 to 1. Where
that would have been so
I really didn't understand what she was doing there.
Like I said, I think she just felt like she got antsy, I think, and it ultimately bit her in the butt.
Yeah, and I think Sean takes a big maybe hit from this because he's gonna have to be a total just free agent now if he wants to stay.
Well, he's
in the
lucky a
game.
swap came.
Yeah.
We'll see where he
Honestly,
ends up, but
I just don't know anything about Sean. I feel like
He's
Sean's a ghost.
random. He's as much attention as that tribe has gotten. He's just kind of like the forgotten
nothing.
one.
well, because they're showing
read
everything
a
on Sabaya,
thing-
Caleb, and Emily.
I read a thing on Reddit. A lady had posted on there that she taught with Sean. I think she had taught with Sean somewhere. Maybe I read it on Facebook, one of the two, and said he was a very, very nice guy, and she was
I'm
not
sure
surprised
he
at
is,
all
yeah.
for television. Yeah. So hopefully his personality comes out a little bit more. We get to see why, he's such a great person.
Well, he's gonna be a free agent now because he
Yeah.
basically got screwed by the 2 people he has been in the game with and played with up to this point.
Agreed.
So like he's gonna be someone used as a number. Like we're gonna have to see how these tribe dynamics play out post swap. So because not to get too far ahead, but you got to imagine this is probably what it's going to ride out with until the merge.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I have a question. How long do you think Bruce is going to last in this game? I feel like
Hopefully not long.
I do think he'll end up making merge depending on the swap.
Oh, I hope
I
not.
think if he gets the wrong swap, he could be gone the first tribal council he goes to.
If he gets a decent swap, he's making merge.
I'm not about it.
I'm giving him early merge.
don't like him.
At
Early
best.
merge boot.
Merge
That's
bird.
what McCall
Is that
thinks.
McCall? I agree.
Yeah.
I could easily see that happening.
I agree with McFly on definitely on that one.
He definitely
early
is my least
merge bird.
favorite. He's my
Yeah.
least favorite contestant on this season for sure.
If it's up to Katora, she's gonna vote him out next.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll have to see if they end up to get.
I
It'd
like
be funny
Katora.
if they're the only two from their tribe.
Oh,
from the same
please,
tribe. Yeah.
please.
That'd be so good.
Are we so I really we how'd you feel about Drew and Austin getting caught with the searching of the idol and how they handled that whole situation?
Dude, that
it
was so
was-
funny.
It was
Those
funny
women
because
are dumb.
yeah, but Austin and Drew made themselves so guilty and like they knew
They definitely did, but they should have held it above their heads better than what they did.
something was up. Yeah, I think it was
Mhm.
kind of just dumb all around, but
Take their misfortune and make it your
Um,
fortune, and she did not do that, and I wish they really would have.
See, I think the way she handled it was the way that she should have handled it. I think if she would have stole the idol, it would just create a friction on your tribe, and you would have trust Jay, and no one wants to trust her.
I'm not saying to steal the idol. But what I'm saying is, oh, hey, I know about this now. Now that's our idol. That's
Well,
that's
I
kind of
mean-
where I was with it.
I feel like that's what happened, though.
It was, but did she make that happen, or did they offer that themselves?
No, I feel like they made it happen because they felt like they were in a bad position. They pressured them to reveal their secrets.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's sort of what happened.
Mhm.
Yeah. I feel like
We'll get more story on it.
yeah. And I was wrong about D. I think D is way better than I thought she was going to
Dee's
be.
been and Drew, I guess, both been pleasant surprises so far.
Drew sucks.
And Drew is annoying, but like he's at least relevant for sure so far through the
Yeah.
first 3 episodes. And like I have a funny feeling like he's gonna get some like brutal blindside at some point. Like just
Oh, I can't.
maybe
wait.
not in the pre-merge, but like just eventually.
I hope he
you know,
goes on with all of his
merge.
stupid advantages in his pocket.
Oh,
I like Drew.
And I don't mind. I like Austin.
Me too.
Austin's cool.
Yeah. And I like I like all 4 of them really.
Yeah, Julie
That
and
foursome on the red.
Jay
tribe, I
is
like that.
useless, and what the fuck
Jay and
is Sifu doing?
Sifu. Yeah.
Sifu. Look, what are they even doing? Like these 4 look like they were together for like a long time, and like we didn't see a single video of them like
no.
tending to the fire or
Well, to
anything.
me,
Like
It looks like there's 4 people that are there to play the game and 2 people that aren't there to play the game.
Yeah.
So the 4 people there to play the game are like naturally they're going to come together and be like these 2 are the outcasts because we don't know what they're here for because we haven't gotten really much content of anything from those 2.
all right,
Frank,
so,
were you the one that sent that TikTok about how fire isn't really that important anymore in Survivor?
yeah, that's what Chanel
Yeah.
said, and Tyson backed her up on it.
He did.
So
I mean, the freaking Lulu hasn't had fire all game.
yeah, and it hasn't
Yeah.
mattered.
And I mean, there's a freaking fire making challenge at the final 4 of the game that
Yes.
can win or lose you the game.
That's where I am with it.
Jesse and Carson lost the game because of the fire making
Okay.
challenge.
So
Like,
this is Nicole's top 5 right here. In no order: Kendra,
Ugh.
Kelly, D, Emily, Drew.
I don't want to see.
Why is everyone so high on Kelly? I think she's like
she's
ghost.
I
Like,
think
who
she's a
is she?
smart player, a little more.
She-
I see the winner potential with her. I
yeah,
see her being
she's
someone.
the spokesman to her duo. They get the perspective from her, not Brando.
And
Yeah.
I
Yes,
think
but again, nothing's happened.
and I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I think Kendra is a fun.
I like
character.
Kendra.
She's not.
She
Like-
reminds me of Tiffany from 41.
A little
little
bit,
bit.
yeah.
I can see that.
I
Like-
like her, and I like we saw a little bit of her and Jake. Like I think the Blue Tribe was the biggest mystery to me. Like I don't know. I wanted to see them go to tribal.
I
once.
wanted to see them
I don't know.
lose.
Yeah.
I don't know
Right.
what was
Maybe
going
they'll
to
go.
happen.
Maybe they'll go this coming
Because
time.
I really like they made it. The first episode seemed like those girls might have been strong, but we didn't really
Yeah.
get too much going forward with that. That was your typical like fake girls alliance. Let's show it on the screen for one episode or so. But
Yeah.
Like it's like a really bad running joke for Survivor now. Oh, the Girls Alliance, it's not gonna work though.
It never does.
It
It doesn't
never
work in
works.
orgs either. It never works in orgs either.
So it's never gonna work. But we're gonna
Doesn't
make it
work.
and pretend
Yep.
it's not gonna work though. It's just like, oh my goodness, we have to have it every season.
Every season. The only time it worked was One World. That's
Oh,
literally
Micronesia.
it.
In Micronesia.
In Micronesia, yeah.
Yeah, so 2 out of
2 out of
2 out
44
of 45 seasons.
Yeah,
yeah,
solid.
Crazy.
yeah.
Wild.
but yeah,
Do you
I
guys
really-
feel like we're gonna get a male winner this season or a female winner?
Oh, I think Emily's winning. So
Female. I think I'm female under the radar, so not Emily. I'm saying Nikki Kelly or D. Like I
You
would
guys don't
say,
think
like, one of
Drew's getting
them.
a good enough edit to win?
He is, but I don't think he's. I think he's
as long
gonna.
as it's not Emily, I really don't care.
He's
who
gonna
wins.
doo something or something at some point.
I
I
think
think-
Sifu's hilarious.
Oh,
Seafood's
God.
going home.
I
soon.
can't.
Oh
I can't.
yeah.
He's like
Sifu doesn't understand Survivor.
he's the off-brand
No.
of Tony. That's what they draft.
Yes.
He's not even the RC of Tony. He's like the off-brand to RC. That's what he is.
That's so funny.
He's not even the
That's so funny.
where Tony's Coca-Cola and then someone could be RC.
He's
He's the
the great
off-brand
he's
Aussie.
great value Walmart
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah, he's definitely
though.
he's Walmart brand pop.
Listen, I'll tell you that though, I would want Sifu on my tribe because he is so entertaining. Like, yes, he can get annoying, but at the same time, when you're on that island with just a few certain amount of people, you have to have someone on that tribe to make you laugh and feel good. Because if you
Yes, but at the same
don't,
time, you don't know
it
want
is
someone on that
just
tribe who's going to annoy
misery.
the ever living shit out of you.
I just don't think
really,
they like him
how
very much.
annoying is it? I think they do.
I don't know.
It
We don't know.
depends.
We don't ever see him
Depends. You don't know
interact
him.
with
Yeah.
anybody.
Mm-mm.
I just think he's besides looking for the idol, we've seen him do his little air guitar. Like he seems like a cool dude, but I don't really think he understands the social dynamics of the game, like in the strategy part of the game. We haven't seen that yet. If he does,
No.
so
I feel like he clipped a pop-up ad and that's how he got here.
He got found in some bar.
He answered the ad on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or yeah, he was at a bar and he's like, "Oh, what's this line for? Let me get in it."
I'm dead.
it's hard to predict our next like.
It's
boots
hard to
and
get on
stuff.
those shows, man. They put you through so much shit
Mhm.
and they drag you along with the carrot on a stick method for so long.
I
before you
just,
finally
I
get on
just,
there. There's so many alternates that get so fucking close and fly all the way out to Fiji, and then they're like, "Nope, sorry, no one dropped. You have to go back home."
I'd be
Like,
feeling,
how shitty would that be?
I feel so heartbroken, like doing all that and being the first boot.
Oh yeah.
That'd be the
I
absolute.
tell you what, though, some first boots are iconic.
Yeah, at least they made it
on.
on. They made it on TV, primetime TV for one
Yeah.
episode, and some of the first boots are a lot more remembered than some of the other pre-mergers who
Third, yeah.
were irrelevant for a couple episodes. But usually they're the first boots. If they're good, they're remembered for being really like did something really stupid to get themselves voted out first. So
Yeah.
Like Zayn Knight.
Oh
Yeah.
god. But yeah, I mean, we had the reward challenge. It was, it is what it is. They won some fruit. Cool. Then the immunity challenge and Lulu, like I said, it was very interesting because usually it's like triumphant music for the winners, and we got like very somber and like very dreaded and sad music for Lulu losing.
once we
Yeah.
got close to that puzzle, they made no secret that they weren't going to win.
No.
As soon as you could start seeing like the other tribes were starting to piece it together, and then Lulu started to take those apart, like, up, here we go again.
Yeah, so
I have a
Alright.
feeling Emily might be that person who just goes to every tribal council elected. Like,
Denise it up.
And she will
she's
never be
gonna
as good as Denise.
she's gonna go to the whatever tribe she goes to is gonna lose next.
It was really. I tell you what. Let's go. Just like circling back to the beginning. The editing has been fantastic. Tribals have been great. Like this past tribal was really good, very good.
Yeah. I think they use in the 90 minutes well. Like it just shows that
Yeah.
like I really wish they could have do this for every season, especially Winners at War. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
if they would have changed it Winners at War, I think it would have bumped it up probably 3-4 spots, maybe
I
even.
think they'll ever release additional content from past seasons.
No.
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 I just liked how we're getting like the people. There's enough time to see everything going on. Whereas I feel like the people getting purpled are getting purpled for a reason. Like they're like Big Brother purpled, whereas you have to be really just such a bore out there to not get any screen time with like that much episode time. So I feel like they've done a good job of balancing stuff out. Like we've as much shit as we've saw from Lulu, like we still we knew enough about people on the other tribes. We got equal. It wasn't Survivor 41 where the tribe that never went to tribal council, we didn't see anything from them.
Right. All right. Let's do it. Top 5 players right now. Who do you think has the best chance to win early on?
Can you
Give
really
me a
say that?
Michael.
You haven't seen half of these people. Most people go to tribal yet.
Oh, come on. You gotta have somebody. Like, give me a couple people.
That you want to see, or let's just say want to see, just based off of what we have so far. Let's not say who we think is going to, because Michael's right, we don't have enough content yet. But who are you liking off first impressions?
All right, I'll give my 5. Let's go Austin, Drew, Caleb, Kendra, and Kelly.
So mine, like I'm gonna tell you right now, I think Emily's winning. I'm gonna say it right now. I can't wait to debate this at the
You
end
only
of
say
the
this to piss
season
me
with
off.
Michael. Partially.
I don't think she's winning.
There's no shot in hell.
I think Caleb's dope. I like Drew, Austin, and I would like to see. It's hard because the Blue Tribe we got the least amount from, so I would. The person that intrigues me the most is the person that's in the middle, and that's Kelly. So I gotta give at least somebody there. Like I just not a Jake person. Like he can go. Like Bruce,
I don't mind
not the
him.
biggest
I
Bruce
don't
fan.
see Jake doing
Good.
the best in this game. Yeah.
I don't. There's no world where I see Jake is going to be any type of winner at all. So
No.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, I know you can't see me, right?
right.
Okay, sorry. So I have to use my phone to look, and when I do that, I take my camera off. Okay, so I would probably say Caleb, Emily, and Austin, which is like Frank's whole fantasy team, are probably
Yeah.
like my top 3. And then after that, I would probably say I really like Kendra for some reason. I like her confessionals. I'm gonna put her and Katura up there. So the Blue Tribe, and then Austin from the Red Tribe, and then Caleb and Emily. I think those are my top 5 right now of who I enjoy seeing on my screen the most. I don't get the magic of Kelly like everybody else does, or Jake for that matter.
I don't think anybody likes Jake.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
not big Jake people after the first 3
Yeah.
episodes, but
I feel like I keep on waiting on Jake to get canceled or something. You know what I mean? Like I don't know why, but he just gives me that vibe that he's gonna say some fucked up shit and piss people
Because
off.
he reminds you of Rodney. That's
Rodney, yeah.
Yeah, but I liked Rodney.
why. Yeah, but he
Hot
would have got
Rod.
canceled if
The
not.
hot Rod. How
He
can
would have
Hot
got canceled
Rod.
if the season was
I'm
nowadays.
dead.
All right, Michael. Who do you enjoy?
I'll put Caleb, Austin, Kelly, Drew,
Oh.
Michael hates
and I'll say Jake.
Jake.
So a little different than this. I'm telling you right now, Like you thought I'm Team Erica. Just let Emily win this season.
Oh
I'm gonna
God, here
ride
we
Team
go.
She'd be
Emily.
a worse winner than Chris Underwood.
I might get it tattooed
Oh.
on my arm.
Oh, I'm dead.
And then every time Michael
Listen,
starts
I don't
running his
think-
mouth, I'll just raise my arm.
Michael, can you explain why you hate her so much?
She's just a terrible person. You
How?
saw it in the
Like,
first
she's,
episode. Now she's just trying to play it up. Like, oh,
Like,
that's not who I
don't
am.
give me an insult like, oh, she sucks or she's terrible. Like, give me reasons why.
You saw the whole first episode. Why? Like, she's not a good player. Do you not see what's going on? She has to be like Caleb has to hold her hand to do what she needs to do. Like, that's not good.
But I feel like a sign of a good player is learning from their mistakes, and I feel like she's learning from her mistakes.
I don't think so. I think it's more you.
I think that
being like,
Caleb is.
you're doing what I say if you want to stay in this game.
I think
She's
that
learned-
The problem
she's
is
learned
Caleb is
something,
running
but-
her. Caleb is running her, but Caleb is also ruining his own game by being too obvious about what he's trying to do and what he's trying to be. So, I mean, really, it's like the blind leading the blind.
That's
a
not
little
ruining
bit.
his game.
I'm not saying it's ruining his game, but he's definitely going to put a target on himself. I agree with Frank from his earlier conversation.
I think I eventually he's gonna be targeted. Like these
He
big
doesn't
guys
have
are.
other
No shit,
high
he's eventually
caliber
gonna get targeted.
players.
He's a young,
when he's
fit guy. He's gonna get targeted. It's the nature of how these games go.
And he's smart too.
Because Jonathan made it
Yeah.
all the way to Final Four. That's not true.
Jonathan's the
Jonathan's a terrible player.
Yeah.
I agree, but he still made it all the way to the end because he was a fit guy.
Made it to the end because he had no chance to win.
With the way that Caleb is playing, it's too high of a caliber because he doesn't have other high caliber players to balance him out. That's the problem. He's painting too
I get what you're
obvious.
saying. I know what you're saying.
He's putting himself out there too much because he doesn't have these other players to rival him in the way that he is.
Well,
he really needs to
well,
get swapped
Michael,
on a tribe.
I got
with
a
Austin.
message for you.
And that's why now he has Emily. He needs someone to dumb him down.
Schaefer, to be fair, Emily saved Caleb. It was her to get Sabaya out.
I'm not impressed.
All right, so bounce off of what Amanda said. I do agree because I think like an Austin and Caleb are going to have a hard time this season going past the early merge because I think there is a lack of like these bigger physical guys who could be shields for them that also have a mind for the game, like them two being probably the only two out there that are going to be viewed like that. It's going to be hard to hide themselves. So
that's why I'm so sad that Sabaya went, because I think that she could have rivaled him in that way and it just wasn't there.
Well, and like he probably didn't want to vote Sabaya out. He didn't do it until Emily told him that Sabaya is trying to vote you out. So, I mean, it was really Emily. Emily could have let Caleb go, but
Sabaya should have just kept her alliance with Caleb longer instead of wanting to turn on him right there.
Yeah, it was crazy to me how quickly that dynamic shifted from episode 1 to episode 3. They turned on each other.
Yeah, they set us up crazy
did
with
not
the
expect
edit.
that.
Yeah, they set us up for a blindside for sure. None of us would have after episode 1. None of us would have expected Sabaya to go home episode 3. None of us.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
And for her to be either her or Caleb is even crazier part of it.
Yeah.
Rob Cisternito picked her to be his winner pick. Same name with Fishback.
Yep.
That was my winner pick too.
Yeah, mine's been Kelly, but now it's gonna be Emily.
I forget who mine was.
You went from someone who has a good chance to win to has no chance to win.
You can't. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Now he's just being an asshole.
I cannot confirm or deny.
All right, you two. It's just Survivor 45. I think that's special.
No, but I think overall we agree. We are enjoying the 90 minutes. It doesn't feel like it's dragging ever, which is a huge plus as well. I think it flies by. It's something that like we all been wanting from Survivor for a long time, and so happy to finally see it.
I brought the themes. They brought the theme back for you guys.
Oh
and
yeah,
they brought the swap back. You can't stress that enough.
Yeah,
That-
and they
Right.
bring the auction back. Remember from the previews of
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
before.
as long there's a lot of positives with what they're doing this season, where it's going to be harder for them to
Mhm.
screw up, even with what I consider a average cast, probably.
Yeah, I really wish this cast was just a little bit better.
I think. Well, let's see how it plays out before we judge too much, because
Agreed.
only to be fair, only 3 people that's been on the cast have gone to tribal so far.
Yeah, well, like that's what I'm saying. I think the people of playing, like you're claiming Emily is this like winner already, but we haven't seen games from other people. Like like I
Look.
said, 3 of our 4 new school winners have played in the shadows until like literally the middle of the merge.
Yeah.
Like
Look.
that's the way to win this game more times than not now.
I am being a little bit brash about it. I'm just kind of doing it to be a little bit of a troll. But I do look,
You
I
do
do
actually think she's winning though.
I do think partially yes, because the mat theory is still holding up. Jam Jam got talked to on the map. He won. Erica got talked to on the map. She won. Marianne got talked to on the mat. She won. Look, it's either her or Bruce. Like, I don't see Bruce winning a thing.
No,
The only
he
thing
better fucking not.
can you imagine?
That's when I'm out.
What can you imagine if Bruce was on the Tika tribe though? Like his wildness, that tribe was wild already.
Yeah, Bruce isn't winning. There's
The
0% chance he's winning this season.
He's literally like merge boot. Swear to God, like if he does make merge, that's going to be the easy consensus first merge boot to just get by another round, or he won't make the merge. He won't make it.
Do you catch that he was dropping names of like Kane? Like he's like,
Oh
dude, me
Yeah.
and Kane are like
God.
friends.
Yeah, no, he's like Kane's from Canada too. Like
Yeah, he's my friend.
he has
So-
to talk about this
cringe.
season.
I can't. I just can't. I'm not. I don't know why, but I just do not like that guy. I don't like him on my television. He gives me Philip vibes. He gives me Roxroy and Philip vibes, and I am
He's
not about it.
It's not quite as intense as Philip, or
I
quite
like
Just
the,
give him.
the
We're only 3
character.
episodes in.
He's a lot more boring. He's more on the boring side. Like I would lean. He reminds me a little
Yeah.
more
But
of
I like Philip.
Roxroy. I know
I
you
do
like
not like Philip.
Look,
Philip's one of the worst people to ever get to the end of this game. One of
And they
the
let him come
absolute
back.
worst.
he's not a
players.
good player. He is not a good player. I'm
No,
gonna
he's-
repeat that. I
he's
am
a
aware
fine-
he's not
he's
a
a-
good player.
He's a good character.
He's a great character for all the wrong reasons.
He's a worse coach.
Look, I don't know. Shoot, I don't know, man. At least he didn't start a cult.
Coach is amazing. I don't.
Coach
even
is
care.
funny. Coach is funnier though. Like
I think
somebody-
Coach got worse each time he went out.
We
Yeah,
love Coach in this house.
there's
I'm
still
sorry.
there's like 10 minutes of YouTube footage out there from Coach's seasons combined, just of
Mm.
stuff you will like literally like pee your pants laughing
He's
at.
he's
The
literally
stuff he's
so
saying.
quotable.
The Dragon
him
Slayer.
and Tyson, when Tyson tells him to stop doing his martial arts, is probably one of my top favorite moments of Survivor ever. Like I swear, that's just such good television that you can't even ask for.
I liked when Tyson was talking about the assistant coach confessional, like me.
I'll be your assistant coach.
Oh God, Tyson was gold that season.
Tyson's funny. You guys never watched the challenge with him on it, right? The USA
I
challenge.
watched
I saw a
bit
little.
of
I saw a
it,
little
I
bit
think.
of it,
Bro, he was so funny on that. And like, if you watch on Paramount, he's dropping F bombs left and right.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Which I look. If you can have me an unedited version of the challenge on Paramount, why can't you do the same thing for fucking Survivor? Unedit that shit. Let them swear up a storm. I don't want to hear it all. That way we won't have to try to figure out what the beeps were.
Can you imagine unedited Kagayan? Like,
Oh my!
like
Oh
the merge,
my
the
God,
merge tribe of
that would be
Kagayan.
so good.
Oh, it would be
or,
so good.
or Gabon.
Oh my
Gabon.
God.
The
God.
amount of hate that would have been set
It was so
on
good.
that.
If there
we
was somehow ever the like live feed thing with Survivor, Gabon would have been the best season for the live feeds, probably.
I swear.
all right.
Winners at War.
Yeah. All right.
Everybody would watch that.
Right. I
Mhm.
think that about covers it pretty much. We touched base on everything. I'm excited to see the try swap. I'm excited for another episode. And I'm excited to see where it goes. Hopefully we're on the right trajectory here. and
Seems
we'll
like
have
we're
a
on the
great
right
season.
path.
It
Yeah.
definitely feels like it.
Some people are saying
on
it's their
wood.
favorite so far of the new era. I don't
Yeah.
know about that just yet. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out before I say that. But I'm excited to see where it goes. Does anybody else want to add anything before we get out of here?
No,
Good.
we covered
Good.
everything.
All right, but thank you guys for watching. Please leave us a like and subscribe. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.